Good morning, everyone. It is Senator Babette. Welcome to the final season of my show, of my vlog. I hope you enjoy it. This is the 48th Parliament. I'm going to take you with me today. I hope you enjoy it.
All my brags turn to facts. All my hunters turn to racks. All my ladies turn to snacks. SUVs black on SUVs black on black. I was f***ing up, but now I'm back on track. That's a fact.
So the story here today below the fold, and for all you newspaper nerds, you know what I'm talking about. It says here, Libs at rock bottom, but can come back, from Sussan Ley. Look, I don't think they can come back at this point. You know, you've got Sussan Ley in there at the moment, who's basically as woke as they come. In my opinion, doesn't really represent the Liberal Party values. If the Liberal parties have any chance at all, what do they need to do in order to come back? As she says, they need to get rid of Sussan Ley. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen in due time. I think they're going to knife her in the back. Watch this space. I don't know if you guys have seen lately, but the Prime Minister Albanese, he's been getting stuck into the video content. We'll just slide in a clip here. Look at this guy walking nice and slow, 240 frames per second. He's taking some tips from Senator Babette. That's what he's doing.
From him to them cats, remember tread me in my track. SUVs black on black. I see him talking, so can't wait to slam him out. Can't slap. Every car I get up in, gotta have two up on the dash. Every hope I won't get smashed. Trying to reach for something around.
All right, guys, we've made it. We're at Parliament House. Let's go in.
Where you can blind wifey for this glass. Stand against the odds forever. I ain't no push in the past. If you was looking for and couldn't find me, I was in my bag. 60 rounds.
All right, we've made it. The flags look good, don't you think? And also my trusty We Love Coal sticker is still on my laptop. They haven't taken it off. Good to see.
We arrived into the office several hours before the official opening of the 48th Parliament, and I spent most of that time going through the government's legislative agenda for the week ahead and catching up on emails. After that, I went down to the Great Hall where the opening ceremony was taking place. I listened to the speech given by the Prime Minister and watched the Aboriginal dance. I decided not to partake in the smoking ceremony, not out of disrespect, but out of conviction. What was once a tradition has become a ritual of submission, suggesting that we must seek permission to stand on our own land as if we're strangers in the country we've built and defended. Why should any Australian be welcome to their own nation? We're not visitors, we belong here. These ceremonies divide us, reinforcing difference instead of bringing us together.
All right, guys, so that's it for this morning's ceremonies. What's going to happen now is we're going to go into the Senate and we're going to swear in all the new senators. So let's go and check it out.
Parliament will soon see him welcome the Chief Justice of the High Court, Stephen Gageler, who acts in this role as the Deputy of the Governor-General, who will soon invite all members of the House of Representatives into the Senate. There is the usher of the black rod we might be able to see there.
Hands back together.
Look who's here.
All right,
mate.
good to be back, mate.
Welcome back to the 48th Parliament.
Right, lots to do, lots to fight for. Keep going.
This is going to be in super slow-mo.
That's why I said I'm only agreeing this. If we have the dramatic super slow-mo effect, I love that.
Nathan's here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys hopping our coast. This shit way too big. When we pull up, give me the loot.
All right, good morning, guys. If you're wondering what that is the bells ringing for the Senate and the House. Good morning. It is day 2 in Canberra, day 2 of sittings, so to speak. So let's get started. Let's get amongst it. I'll take you with me for today as much as I can as well. All right, so I've just finished writing a speech. I've got a speech today at about 2 o'clock. So basically, I'm going to be talking about the WHO's International Health Regulation Amendments that we adopted last week. So for those of you that don't know, it essentially says that the WHO has sweeping authority over the health response of our country in a health emergency. So I'm going to make the argument of what does Geneva, which is where the WHO has their HQ, what do they know about what Australia's response should be if we had a health emergency? We should be the ones that decide what our response is, not the WHO in Geneva. Seems like common sense, but apparently common sense is not so common in Canberra.
That these changes lay the foundation for a global medical surveillance regime. That is not speculation, it's spelled out in the text. And yet our government, this government, has signed us up without consultation, without debate, without consent. Is it shocking? Not really. North Korea, yes, North Korea sits on the WHO's executive board, and it's no wonder that the US has just rejected these amendments outright. So why is Australia so eager to be controlled? Why?
I think free speech overall is the bedrock, the very bedrock of a free and stable and prosperous and safe society. And when we decide that, you can talk about Y, but you can't talk about X, that is a very, very dangerous and very, very slippery slope, which is exactly why at the beginning of this year, I attempted to put a bill through which would alter the constitution to guarantee every single Australian man, woman and child the right to freedom of speech. Unfortunately, that was in the 47th Parliament. That's since lapsed, but I will be reintroducing that bill in the 48th Parliament because I believe that without freedom of speech, we don't have Australia, we don't have our country anymore. And very, very quickly, we will start to resemble something like a North Korea. The penalty for refusing to participate in the political process is quite literally, in my opinion, is being governed by your inferiors. There are a lot of people running around this place that have no idea what they're doing, but worse than that, they don't care. They don't care about what the decisions that they make have on the average everyday person. A lot of the people in here have been here for far too long. They become completely disconnected from reality and they make decisions in what we like to call a Canberra bubble. Things we do. Here he is.
What do I owe this honour?
G'day, mate.
How are you?
Here we are with Senator Alex Antic, the one and only.
Hello, Ralph. What's going on?
See
you're wearing a red
Senator
tie.
Antic. I am wearing a red tie. For those wondering, the reason I wear a red tie is because it reminds me of the Australian flag. Red tie, white shirt, blue suit, Aussie flag, right?
The reason I wear this tie is because I have no fashion sense. So that's the reason I wear this tie.
Let's go in. So, Senator Antic, you've got a new bill. What's it about?
Well, I haven't introduced it yet, but it's a bill which would seek to turn the clock back on the Sex Discrimination Act. People at home probably know that in 2013, the Gillard government changed the Sex Discrimination Act to remove the definition of man and woman.
Wow.
And insert the definition of gender identity. And I think it should go back to the way it was. I think we should be very clear about...
what is a man, what is a woman?
That's right.
Crystal clear.
Yep.
There's no doubts in Alex Antic's mind of what each of those sexes are.
Definition of a man, definition of a woman. Anyone?
Pretty basic.
Basic stuff. Professor Murphy.
I think there are a variety of definitions, and I think
Just a simple
perhaps to give a more fulsome answer, we should take that on notice.
You're going to take on notice
Yeah.
the question of what a woman is.
No, well, there are variety. It's a very contested space.
That bill's coming up in the next week or so, and we're going to put it out to the Senate and see what they say.
Senator Antic, what is a woman?
An adult human female is the definition.
Wow. Did you
Simple
hear
as that. Simple as that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're off. Thanks, mate.
No,
See
good
you
to
later.
see you.
Bye-bye.
Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in.
All right, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. A short one this week, obviously because it was the opening of Parliament. I was very, very busy. As you saw, I met with George Christensen. I also met with Billboard Battalion. I try and do as many interviews with non-mainstream legacy media as I can because they do important work. I will catch you in the next one. See ya.